This is the Cougar Football Preview. Brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Not far from the Hollywood Hills, the haze is burning off. It's a Friday game day. The Cougs and the Trojans, a rematch from last year's Classic. Great to be with you from here in Los Angeles. Bring three keys in this one. Let's start off with that turnover battle. Cougs forced 4 last week and shut down Eastern Washington the second half.
Yeah, last week was the first time Washington State has been positive in the turnover margin this year, and I think it's a huge key for success for them here at USC. You're playing a good team on the road. You have to protect the football, and defensively you got to force turnovers. And so I know Tracy Claeys and those defensive coaches have been preaching, get that ball out when they're running the football and snatch that thing out of the air.
In trying to score against USC, they've got a phenomenal defensive linebacking core, don't they?
Yeah, the entire USC front seven is good, led by Cameron Smith at the middle linebacker position and Porter Gustin at the defensive rush end. He's got 3.5 sacks already on the year. He's an absolute terror. Now, he'll be sitting out the first half, but you've got to be aware of where Porter Gustin is at on the field in the second half because he can wreak havoc along with that entire USC defensive front. One
of the things we've seen is Gardner Minshew's gotten out there and run this air raid offense is he's unafraid to check down when that math adds up, and that could mean that the way those linebackers function, a big game for James and Max and Keith.
Yeah, I think utilizing the running backs, specifically leaning on the running game, is crucial for Washington State this week because you have to have balance. The strength of USC is their defense, and they're going to be able to take away that pass game that's so effective in the air raid. And I think for Washington State, leaning on Max Borghi and James Williams, 4 rushing touchdowns between the two of them last week. If they can keep that type of production this week, I think it's going to be a big day for the Washington State offense.
Cougs won here 10-7 last time on that field goal. Of course, you had the Eric Powell kick and the Jahad Woods forced fumble last year in the Classic at Martin Stadium. It's a 5:30 airtime with Dice Man, and the guys will be on 7:30 for the kickoff in the Coliseum.
This has been the Cougar Football Preview. Brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.